Hello, fellow humans! Edelbrack Smith here, broadcasting from somewhere on that blue orb called Earth. Today, we're taking a look at the free Stadia Pro games for May 2020. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe for news, reviews, and interesting takes on all things Stadia and cloud gaming. On the 1st of May, our Google overlords bestowed upon us 3 new games, free to claim and play for Stadia Pro subscribers, which happens to be anyone who signs up currently. Looking at the PlayStation Store for price comparisons, we've got Steamworld Heist at $14.99, the Turing Test at $19.99, and Zombie Army 4 coming in at a whopping $49.99. Combined, that is a total value of $84.97 that Google just gave out for free. You have to continue subscribing to continue playing these games, but that's expected. As a value proposition, if Stadia can continue to provide around $80 of free games a month, that is amazing value for the $10 sub. A sub which also includes 4K streaming over Chromecast Ultra, as well as some pretty good Pro-only sales. Now, I doubt they'll be able to keep up the value of the games that high every month, but anything above $10 makes the service almost pay for itself. I'm not even including PUBG here either, which technically dropped as a Pro game on April 28th and thus is excluded from the May Pro games by technicality. That game is still $30 on PlayStation 4, so if included, we'd be at over $100 of free games. But how good are these games? Well, let's take a look at each of them. Steamworld Heist is the sequel to Steamworld Dig 2. According to the website, in Steamworld Heist, you command space pirates in a series of epic tactical shootouts. Strategy fans will feel right at home and get hooked on the game's unique action twist. By aiming your weapons yourself, you'll shoot bullet-bouncing trick shots with unrivaled precision. No need to rely on chance to take down your foes. It's got a Metacritic score between 80 and 90, depending on the version being reviewed. I'd come down closer on the 90 as I think it's a fantastic game, at least from what I've played so far. The combat is like XCOM with a side-on 2D view. I was going to say that it's XCOM meets Mario Brothers here, but that kinda has a different meaning now. Thanks, Ubisoft.
The lady in red.
You control Piper, a space pirate captain put in a tough situation. The story has some Firefly vibes with your rickety ship and crew just trying to do what's right while managing to survive in a harsh universe. You complete missions by boarding enemy vessels and looking for loot. You have a specific goal to achieve, often a specific piece of loot to collect. Then you can run to the escape pods and get back to your ship. Complicating that is the need to search through the entire ship for more loot, as you'll be dangerously low on water all the time, which is used as currency in Steamworld Heist. You'll need it to buy new weapons, armor, and utility items, as well as large amounts of it to recruit new pirates to your crew. When you complete a mission, everyone who survived gets a cut of the XP. Those who were scrapped reappear just fine on your ship, but they do lose out on that XP. If everyone dies, you reappear back on the ship minus half of your water supplies. If you succeed, you may level up, and each character has their own XP pool and their own unique abilities that they unlock with each level. Another goal in the levels is to get 3 stars, and you're going to need them as some recruits will only join you if you have enough stars, if you've proven yourself. Additionally, some areas are locked until you get the minimum number of stars, serving as a sort of gear, level, and skill check. The game is a blast, and one I look forward to reviewing on the channel soon. The next review is going to be Steamworld Dig 2, so I might just continue reviewing the series. Moving on to the Turing Test. According to the store page, the Turing Test is a challenging first-person puzzle game set on Jupiter's moon Europa. You are Ava Turing, an engineer for the International Space Agency, sent to discover the cause behind the disappearance of the ground crew stationed there. Upon arrival, a series of puzzles await you, tests which, according to the station's AI, Tom, can only be solved by a human. These puzzles have apparently been set by the missing ground crew, but why have they created them and what are they hiding from? It's got a Metacritic score between 74 and 80, again depending on the version. The game reminds me of a mix between Portal and Soma, though to be honest, the only reason I say Portal is because it's a first-person puzzler, not the story or the gameplay. The Turing Test is a slower-paced game, at least from the hour or so I've played. The story is darker, dropping hints of future danger constantly. From what I've seen of the station so far, though, it's pretty barren. Just you, the AI that I don't trust at all, and the puzzles. So far, I haven't run into any puzzles that stump me for very long, aside from the few optional ones that I haven't been able to figure out. At this point, it's not the puzzles that are keeping me playing, but the interesting atmosphere. It feels like a walking simulator with added puzzles, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'm also still early on in the game, so the challenges could get more interesting. I guess we'll see. This is another one that I'll be reviewing before too long. It's supposed to be a short game, so I might just complete it this weekend. Finally, we have Zombie Army 4 Dead War from the store page. Hitler's hordes are back for more in this spine-chilling shooter. Occult enemies, epic weapons, and a new campaign for 1 to 4 players await as you fight to save humankind from undead Armageddon. The game has a 72 on Metacritic for PC and PS4 and 77 for Xbox One. It's a third-person shooter set in an alternate world where Hitler leads an army of the undead, which is just a fantastic premise for a game. There is little in this life more satisfying than killing Nazis in video games. Add on the fact that they're zombies and, well, I actually can't say that makes them worse, honestly. The game is obviously not a AAA experience, but that's not a bad thing if you know what you're getting into. The gameplay reminds me of a mix between Sniper Elite and Left 4 Dead. From the moment that I booted up the game, the pace was relentless. Now, sometimes I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to be doing in all the mayhem. There's bright, shiny, flashing lights everywhere, and it isn't helped by the fact that I had 3 others playing with me for my first experience. I'd stop and try to gather some collectibles or loot, and someone would start the next event or the cutscene or whatever. The game doesn't prepare you for any of what it has to offer. Still, if you're picking up the game to shoot some Nazi zombies, either solo or with others, it's a fun time for sure. Me and Mrs. Smith will continue playing this one as we're eager to see what over-the-top set pieces we find, as well as just spending time together killing Nazis. That's it for the May Pro games, at least for now. It's possible they'll release more before the end of the month, and if they do, we'll cover them here. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel for all things Stadia and cloud gaming. Edelbrack Smith, signing out.